It is all in pieces. Don't bite off more than you can chew situations. Carb, I gotta flush the water out of the engine. BMW do be BMWing. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I feel as though I'm playing with you guys' emotions. We probably should start this video outside so that way you can see everything that's going on at the compound. Let's go outside. Let's take a look. So many of you guys already know this is my brother Cecil's car, and this is my new 2007 335i stock twin turbo BMW. So these are literally the same car. Like, besides this is the auto, this is the 6-speed get reg manual, but they are literally, I think on the VIN number, I think it's like 1 or 2 numbers off. Same color, literally the same color, because this is vinyl wrap. We are rewrapping my brother's car, but we are going to be twin turbo charging. Well, we're going to be upgrading the twins on this to 19Ts. Not today, in another video. I want to go into deep detail how I actually do that here on the ground, because a lot of people do it on the lift. But as you see, I don't have that luxury. All right, so I'll show you what we got here. Yes, it's all taken apart. It is all in pieces. I have most of the parts I've acquired over the last couple days, couple weeks, but this is how the car sits, and I really want to take you guys on this journey with me to reassemble the car. And the hood shocks recently went up. Like, it was cool, but it is what it is. All right, so I've been trying to figure out how to tackle this car, just because I know for one we're missing parts, but for two, the parts we have, we should be able to put this car partially together to get it started. But for three, that turbo inlet on the back of the engine is going to be the biggest issue that I'm going to have with this car, because the rest of the stuff is just the intake manifold, power steering, and some pulley is missing here. I think that's my tensioner pulley. Yeah, that's for the tensioner, I believe. So that is like the three main issues. So I think the best way to attack this car, to reassemble this car, is to go through the car and actually see what parts we have and what parts we don't have. Even though I know I'm still going to have to most likely either drop the subframe or pull this engine out partially to get that red turbo inlet on, I need to make a list of the parts I have, well, the parts I need, as far as like to go to the salvage yard and pick those parts up so the car can be complete. The front of the car is gone. I don't have the radiator support, I don't have the bash bar, I don't have the headlights. It's missing pieces. So I believe, like, you know, some shrouds or something goes here. I'm not pressed over the shrouds, honestly. Long story short, yeah, shout out to you too, Brandon. The SC will be up shortly. I'm not even gonna front. I don't think I'm gonna make it to I'm not making it to World Cup this year. No, I wasn't going to compete in World Cup. I just wanted to come down there and see my tuner, but that actual week in the World Cup is my birthday weekend, so I honestly don't see miss up, because some things went wrong with the SC. Look, we're not even getting into that. Shout out to you, Brandon. That's my boy's merch. Hit my tuner up, get his merch. Tell him Grizzly sent you. This is my favorite hoodie of them all. He does have 2 variants. I'll show you the other hoodie in another video. But this is my work hoodie that I work in. And as you see, the car door is locked. So let's BMW do be BMW. Like I said, I have been acquiring parts. I got the oil filter housing because it didn't have the oil filter housing. So I'll just sit this on Cecil's car. He's going to be so upset when he sees the video. But we're rewrapping this puppy anyway. So charge pipe. Shout out to my brother. This was one of his charge pipes. He told me I can have it for the build. Knock off towel blow off valve, but it'll do for now. I already knew we had the intake manifold, and on this the gaskets are already seated in there, which is kind of sweet. So just sit this here first. Alright guys, so we have most of the parts laid out. couple parts still missing, but as far as engine wise, I think we're golden when it comes to engine wise, because I have the inlets. That was one of the main pieces I knew I was missing, but as I put it together, we might be missing smaller parts here and there too. The oil filter housing is there, charge pipe is there. I feel like we have mostly everything. Now this is the worst part about it. None of this, well, all of this can be put on the car as it sits, besides that red inlet. Yeah, I knew that was going to work like that anyway. So let me get this plastic off and see what I can do. All right. So I kind of figured that wasn't going to work. I just looked at it. I did take the wires and push them all forward and tried to sit the charge pipe. But just looking at it, this is way wider than that hole. So a little time lapse I put on all the parts. Well, as much of the parts as I could for today. Went well. So this is the radiator, the intercooler, and the condenser is all like in one piece for real. Well, not one piece, but it all slides together. Had the coolant reservoir, I could have put that on, but I'm actually gonna put that on once I figure out what I'm gonna do with this intake, the inlet. Had a fan, but like I said, like I literally just need this whole front piece of the car now to actually mount the rest of this stuff. That's another reason why I'm stopping. So got the intake manifold on. I got mainly all the sensors plugged up. This goes to the fan. So like it doesn't even look as bad now. Like just be honest, it don't look bad at all. It definitely came together. It came together, guys. This is where we are with this part of the video. So I decided to start today off with just changing the oil filter, and just making sure everything was buttoned up before we tried to start the car. And as you see, I said I was trying to change the oil, but as you see, it's water inside the engine. I don't think that's a good thing. That doesn't supposed to be there. You see the situation we're dealing with now. Ton of water. It's a ton of water inside the oil pan. Like that's more water than anything. And like I said, there's a lot underneath the car, and inside my drain pan is oil inside of this. So just another situation now, man. It's like a whole nother situation with the car at this point. Besides just putting it together, like don't bite off more than you can chew situations. It's just one of those things. So I ain't gonna talk your heads off. I'm actually gonna go to the auto parts store. I really do want to just go to the store and just get like 2 big bottles of the cheapest oil I could find, just because I gotta start the car up. I gotta flush the water out of the engine pretty much with just oil. I mean, flush the water. I had to flush the water out of the engine, and I don't want to do it with this brand oil just because this isn't really like cheap oil. So just one of those things, dude. So let's see what we got. I'm gonna fill the joint up with oil, and we could try to give it a first start stuff. So let's just say I got some plans. Alright, so we're at the what's the worst that can happen with the C. Car's gonna start and be good. Let's hope we get C, man. So I got my code read on here. I'm gonna try to pull up any codes that it may have, and try to delete any. I'm just gonna just delete all the codes, because I already know it's one of those things that's gonna have a ton of codes. Because when I got the car towed, it was a lot of things unplugged. I had to put the car in the on position and all that, so it read that a lot of the sensors wasn't connected, which is cool. So let's just go ahead and see what happens and pray for the best. Alright guys, I didn't record the process I just went through. I just let you know we came up with option C. The car does start. It was running. I can't let it run for long because, as you see, I don't have the radiator or anything on. We do have a leak from the transmission pan. It's a good leak, so I'll most likely have to drop this transmission pan and just do the seal over, which is cool. It's no problem. So far, it's not looking like it's leaking any oil. So, with that being said, I'm gonna show you guys that this thing actually starts up. It was empty. It had no gas in here. Like, it was no gas. Like, it was no gas in this joint. Sure, if you heard it, well, I mean, I know you probably. Woo! It is pumping transmission fluid out. We are definitely gonna have to drop this transmission out. Something's going wrong. It's fluid everywhere down here, man. Oh, there's no transmission lines on the car at all. Oh my goodness, how did I miss that, bro? Hey, glass half full. I definitely messed up my carpet. This is my favorite lay-on carpet, but we definitely have no transmission lines hooked up. And the crazy part about this whole situation is I was underneath the car. I had to plug in one of those big plugs. Well, I had to plug the transmission up. It never dawned on me that we didn't have any transmission lines on the car. It's cool. This is cool. This is a win. Start straight up. Transmission, not really pressed over the transmission. So you heard it start up. It did bug out and cut off on its own, but I mean, it started up. And I know it bogged out and cut off on its own because there's no gas. The gas is still saying it's on E. Still saying it's on E, saying there's no gas in it. So I got to figure out what's up with these transmission lines that I'm missing. I didn't even know I was missing those. And we should be able to go from there. Is this the transmission hold? Jesus Christ. Jeez, me Christmas. Yep. Okay, give me a second. Give me 1 second. What we have here, guys? Yes, it's the transmission lines and transmission cooler. Yep. I pulled this out the car earlier in the video. I didn't know where it went, and it slipped my mind because I'm looking I'm so focused on the engine that this slipped my mind. Like maybe it was an extra piece. Yep. Transmission line, y'all. So we in the game. Honestly, we are in the game. This bolts to the side of the transmission. This comes up to the front. And I believe that this connects to the radiator. So keeps it, cool or whatnot, I guess. Probably would have to research this and seeing exactly where this goes. Because I am fairly new to this. And I got the car in pieces. This is a win. We're going to count this as a win. It felt like a loss because at first the car wouldn't do anything. Like the car wouldn't do anything. I went underneath. On my code read, I got codes for the transmission. And when I looked underneath, the transmission wasn't even plugged in. So I was so focused on that when I went underneath that I didn't even check about the transmission lines. I mean, honestly, this should have been on the car. Me personally, I would have had these on the transmission when I put this car together. I would have had this on, maybe not the cooler, but definitely the transmission lines, bro. Like, it's just one of those things. As always, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.